good, Virginia?
Yep.
Hey, good morning, Eddie. Yep, we're good.
Good morning. Today's Tuesday, June 8, 2021. It's 9 a.m. Welcome to the City Palm Coast special meeting. I would like to bring this meeting to an order. Please join me on the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Virginia, roll call, please.
Mayor Branquinho,
Here.
Councilmember Barbosa,
Here.
Councilmember Danko,
Here.
Councilmember Clufus.
Present.
Mayor, all members are present.
Thank you. Good morning, all of you. And before I go into the item D on this resolution, once again, and due to the facts that I explained the last time, I would like to pass the gavel to the most senior councilman, Nick Clufus. Would you be so kind, sir? And take over the meeting, and I'll interfere and interject if need be.
Totally understood. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And no worries. Okay, we did call of order, pledge of allegiance, roll call. We're on now to the special item D1, which is a resolution approving an interlocal agreement with Flagler County Board of County Commissioners for the temporary assignment of an interim fire chief.
Good morning, City Council. This item is at the request of Flagler County. The county is in need of an interim fire chief on a short-term basis to assist with transition and administration. I know that this item has come quickly to your attention. Our Chief Forte is here to provide details of the request and the department's approach to accommodate the county's request. Good morning, Chief Forte.
Thank you, Ms. Bevan. Good morning, Council and Mr. Branquinho. We were approached by the core leadership group from Flagler County on assigning our Deputy Fire Chief, Brad Clark, to the county for a very, very short period of time of no longer than July 9th would be his return date. The idea of having him go to the county would be assisting with the county with their interim position and to allow for a transition of command staff from the current command staff to what would be the future chief officer of Mike Tucker. When you start looking at as the reasoning behind this, Brad comes to the Palm Coast Fire Department with a series of skills that are pretty much unmatched. He has already transitioned several different departments in Oklahoma. He's also transitioned in Ocala, and he's now in Palm Coast, and he's helping us transition to our future on what will be in the next 5 to 10 years. So Brad has an extensive amount of knowledge that he can bring, and what he's going to do is help with research and moving the new organization forward for the new organization, for the new fire department. It will start on June 10th if approved by council. We expect his return on July 9th, and at any point in the duration, he can come back if he chooses to do so. To put this into perspective, I've done something similar to this in 2011 when we were going through some wildfires, and I was assigned by Kevin Guthrie to do structural oversight countywide on any fires that were related to structures. Richard Bennett at the time was a commanding officer with the county. He was doing wildfire support, and that was also countywide. So doing something like this is not unusual. It's something like this, we want to precedent it by putting it into an ILA. And I equate this if you've got a neighbor that's coming over and wants to borrow a cup of sugar, you don't ask them why you want to have a cup of sugar and you don't charge them $10. At one point, you're going to need a cup of sugar from your neighbor. And in the same token, we're building relationships with the county, and I will tell you at one point we will probably call on them for some assistance as well. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to help them out, and then in the future they will be able to help us out as well.
Excellent. I'd like to say I've known Brad and Kyle Berryhill. We've gone multiple meetings. He's so data-driven, and the fact that there's a plan in place for any situation that arises really lends the hand to how prepared our fire department really is. I've just been incredibly impressed with all the interactions I've had. And real quick, this was really important to me, and I might be putting you on the spot here, but do you mind just recalling what we had spoken about, how all the interviews took place and how it was mandatory essentially that the person who filled this role was going to be someone who got along with everyone, and how important that is for leadership and having a cohesive working environment?
So starting in 2018, I took office after Chief Beadle. And for the better part of 3 months, I went and visited all of the crews, and I said, what do you want as a deputy chief? Do you want somebody more authoritarian? Do you want somebody that was going to be, free-flowing and autonomy? And they all came back as they want somebody similar to what my management approach was. But what they didn't realize is they were going to pick them. I wasn't going to choose my deputy chief. The crew were. And in order for us to have an understanding of what the crew's responsibilities are, you have to have somebody that has a lot of knowledge of what they do. So we assembled a group of 28 people within the department. Ms. Bevan was part of that group, as well as, I think, Doug, you were part of that. And the rest of the folks were made up of fire department personnel. And we even had a ringer in there. My daughter was part of that group as well. So who better to pick the people that were going to work for me than the person who's going to be in charge of them? It was a long process, and at the end of it, 28 people came together in this room, and they said they wanted Brad Clark as their deputy fire chief. I didn't hire him. I didn't interview him. I went out to dinner with him, and I had lunch with him, and I decided that's the person that, if I wasn't here, he could lead it, and this is the person I was willing to put all of our department members under and let them take his tutelage and move forward. So Brad has been an asset, both in making the 10-year plan, help creating our station location study and our station fire impact fee report possible. He just brings a wealth of knowledge to the organization that is unmatched. And out of anybody that we could have gotten in this country to work, we are very fortunate to have Brad at our disposal with his skill set. I know he's going to go to the county and do a lot of research and help to bridge the gap between where they are now and where they're going to be in the future. But he'll be back on July 9th and keep moving forward.
Excellent.
In the interim, we've got Kyle Berryhill, who's going to step up into the interim fire chief position, which is a large part of our succession plan. We have a lot of faith in our commanding officers, and we're trusting both him and Battalion Chief Major. They're going to sub in, and Brad and I are a phone call away, and they'll be able to run it with the same methodology that we've been running it for several years now, and we're confident that the organization can both answer the call for our neighbors, work in City Hall, and also keep the fire department running well.
Excellent. I was given an incredible sense of confidence that our emergency services were still going to continue at the absolute highest level. A 28-0 recommendation really spoke volumes to me, so thank you. Council, do we have any comments?
I do.
Perfect.
Well, I can't say that I wasn't scared when I first heard about it. I thought they were going to take Deputy Chief Brad Clark from us. Thank God that wasn't it, okay? It was just for a month. I have to say that if there's a no-brainer ever that we had to make over here, this is one of them. The county needs us, we can fail them, okay? Instead of throwing hypocritical shots at each other, like sometimes that happened in the past, we are here to work with the county. We expect the county to work with us. And I want Deputy Chief Brad Clark to know that we support him. Most of my colleagues will, and gives a sense of pride when someone needs someone from us, gives a sense of pride. And I feel like that we should be proud of Deputy Chief Brad Clark. That's basically what I have to say. I don't see any reason for us not to cooperate with the county at this time.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you to Brad Clark. Thank you to Kyle Berryhill for stepping up. This is leadership in its finest, and I look forward to the city and county working on many things coming forward. So this is great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn this special meeting.
But we need action on the resolution.
Oh, I'm sorry. Huh. Do we open this up for public comment?
Yes, you would.
Okay, open it up for public comment. Anyone who would like to make a public comment, approach the podium, state your name for the record. You'll have 3 minutes once you do so.
Alan Lowe. I'm really excited about what I'm seeing as a new page of unity between the City Council, the public and the City Council and the public, and now with the county. I think this bridge is extremely important. I lost my house in 1998 when the forest fires came through before we were city, and I know the importance of a strong fire department, and an EMS team, and all of that, as my mom was using that as well. So I'm excited to see that there's a chance to build a good bridge and continue the bridge, because, as he said, we definitely are going to need it in the future. I hope you vote to accept.
Thank you. Next speaker?
My name is Jim Kotock. I represent the group working on the Cimarron pedestrian path. We've spoken here a couple times. I understand that this past Friday, during the transportation planning meeting,
This item, this is only for comment on the resolution for the fire transition plan. Is this comment related to that?
Sir, we're going, this is a special meeting just on an interlocal agreement. We're going to have the workshop after this. At that point, it might be more appropriate for you, under citizen comments, to speak about the subject that you've introduced.
okay, all I wanted to say was thank you.
Well, you can say that anytime.
Okay, I figured I could. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. We're willing to work with you anytime, and I think it's a great step forward, and that's the way government should work.
Love to hear it. Thank you.
Appreciate your kind comments, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker? Okay, I'll bring it back to this council. Do we have any additional comments before a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those against? I see none. The motion passes 4-0. And now I will introduce, or I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Okay.
Give me 2 minutes to switch over.
2 minutes.